Hi there, my name is James Spiro and we're here at Microsoft's campus in Herzliya for AI Israel. I'm joined now with Aya Soffer, the director at IBM Israel Research Lab. Aya, hi.
Hi, James.
Thank you so much for taking the time. I'd like to ask you a bit about AI governance, please, and what that means today. So can you please explain it for those who may not be familiar?
Sure. So, as we've all witnessed, we are in probably the beginning, although because of the pace, it seems like we're already in the middle, but we're in the beginning of a significant next step in the AI revolution around generative AI. And as companies are very interested, rightfully so, to find out how they can use this technology, we also understand it has many drawbacks and many weaknesses. So as organizations start to use this or desire to use this technology, what they want to do is figure out how they can do this safely. So AI governance is really about what are the internal policies of my organization? Where am I allowed to use this technology? Where am I not allowed to use the technology? And more importantly, what are the guardrails? What are the measures that I need to take as an organization in order to make sure that I am using this technology in a trusted way?
Thank you. So a lot of the ways that, I'm going to keep it in my hand if that's okay, it'll be a bit easier, but a lot of the ways, what are some of the ways that that can really be maintained? I mean, a lot of these people are learning how to govern safely with AI, but it's changing all the time. So what are some of the ways that we can keep on top of it?
So one of the ways is, first of all, you need to recognize that this is an issue and probably appoint someone in the organization that will understand these things and keep up with the pace. But more importantly, I think it's on us, the technology companies, to give you tools that will allow you to keep up with the pace and take away that need from the organization by providing tools that, for example, allow you to control usage, to look at different questions, to decide which guardrails, what applications are you going to allow this technology to be used with, what applications you're not allowed to. So it's really a combination of staying up to date, which you always need to do, and many, many tools that I believe we're already offering in this area of AI governance, lineage, how do you track usage and so on, how do you measure metrics. So just keeping up with the tools and learning how to use them will be key in this area like any other.
How often are these tools and advices changing? I mean, it must be a million miles a minute.
Yeah.
So how does someone keep a monthly newsletter, a weekly newsletter, app updates every 10 minutes? How do people keep up to date with all of these things so that they're ahead of the bad guys? They're the innovators here when it comes to things like this.
That's a good question, and I think the pace, you are absolutely correct, is incredible. It's I would say weekly is probably the right pace. One thing I can say that we in IBM did, we have something which we call the Risk Atlas. And so we've identified 44, and this is online on the internet, and we keep it up to date and we'll add more. So we've identified 44 risks that you need to be aware of as you're applying AI technology in your organization. Some of them are ones that were valid in the traditional AI, and some are all the new ones for generative AI. So that's one way, find the good sources of information. And for this particular, I think the risk atlas that we've put out is a very good way to stay up to date. We update it as new things become available and so on.
All right, well, 44, that's a lot of things, and we don't have time to go through them all now, so we're running out of time. What's the big two to look out for out of the 44?
Right now, I would say hallucinations is an enormous one. We know that technology is still not perfect, and therefore, what do I need to do in order to ground my generative AI to make sure it's only giving you answers if you're a chatbot on, the policies of your organization, not making up new ones. So I think hallucination is a big one. And the other one is safety. So these generative AI, these prompts are very susceptible to attacks and new types of attacks. So understanding if I put something out to make sure that I'm not actually opening myself up to new types of attacks, I would say is number 2.
Okay, thank you. Hallucinations and safety. I'll keep those in mind, and I'll leave the other 42 up to people way smarter than me. But thank you so much, Aya, for taking the time.
Okay, very good. Thank you.